What's up, everybody? Okay, but what if I pretended to be Markiplier? You know what I mean? Anyway, hi everyone, welcome in. I hope you guys are hope you guys are having a nice Morgana Monday. Hello. Happy Morgana Monday, as it were. Let's just get into this. Let's just freaking get into this. I have nothing to say. I feel like we kind of left off on a good part, so I'm just excited to get into it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I only ever intended to use that woman. I simply needed her to build a name for myself. When she served her purpose, I could simply cast her aside. That's what I thought. Or rather, that's what I endeavored to make myself think. But deep down, I felt bad for her. I pitied this woman who was being made to marry a man she'd never even met before. I'm sure what she really wanted was to have a regular marriage with someone she loved. But because her family wanted to cling to their name, she wasn't afforded that opportunity. I wanted to do something for her. It didn't have to be anything grand. I genuinely wanted that. The day of our wedding was when I first saw her. Her face, partially obscured behind the veil, was gorgeous. And crucially, she was smiling at me. I had expected to find only gloom and despondency in her eyes, but instead, she smiled. The moment I saw that smile, I wanted it to be a permanent part of my life. I truly did want to ensure she always had a smile on her face. Well, is this my room? I'm alive. I forgot he was shot. Oh my god. Okay. Damn it. I feel nauseous. What time is it? The world's blur. So hot. You mustn't get up. The doctor said bacteria entered your body through the wound. Because of that, you have a very high fever. What are you doing here? I was told you had been badly wounded, but thankfully it was not fatal. How did you make it out of... Pardon? Oh, I see. Maria opened it. Would you like some medicine to reduce the fever? It should help you feel better. Yes. No. Stay by my side for a while longer. Is there anything I can do for you? Sorry, there was a cat confused about how to open the door for a second, and I was wondering what was going on there. Sorry for that. You can ask me anything. My hand. Your hand? Could you hold my hand? If you don't want to, that's fine. Like this? Your hand is quite cold. It probably feels that way because of your fever. So... Yes? I've done some regrettable things to you. Please forgive me. To tell you the truth, from the moment I first saw you, I felt like you were what I had been searching for my whole life. If you'd like, I felt like I finally found you. But I couldn't act around you the way I honestly felt. You should get some sleep. Could you keep holding my hand until I fall asleep? If you don't want to, That's fine. My hand is in yours. Thank you. Whew. Frick. That was... Wow. It really takes a lot for him to be communicative, huh? You appear to be quite delirious, Master. Oh my god, it just clicked in my brain. God dang it, CW drama! Frick! Oh, that pisses me off. Ugh. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm normal. I'm normal. I'm normal. I'm chewing on this ice cube. I'm normal. Those are things you should be telling your wife, not me. I'm normal. I'm normal. It was all a dream. Of course it was. It wouldn't be that easier. And she would never come to my room. She's involved with other men. Jacopo, may I come in? I have another letter. Why am I put on this earth, if not just to suffer? The white-haired girl's persistent letters did not improve anything, but simply stoked the flames of misunderstanding. This continued for several months, though outside, the sun shone with the gentle warmth of spring. The cold, bitter winds of winter still relentlessly blew between Jacopo and his wife. Not allowed to leave her shed and never receiving a reply to her letters, the white-haired girl's only source of information was Maria. Week after week, her circumstances remained the same, but somehow something else was beginning to show signs of change. Her mental state. Yeah, she's probably freaking losing it. It's pointless, madam. You're only wasting your time at this point. I saw him throw your letter into the fireplace. He's not going to read anything you write, no matter how much of your soul you pour into it. He cares more about money and work and love. That's the kind of man he is. Just give up and file for divorce already. No. I will get through to him. Everything will go back to normal. I have faith. All of my letters may go up in flames, but my faith will not be lost with them. As long as I keep writing, eventually, I will get through to him. So I cannot stop. I cannot. Do you have any idea what he says about you, madam? Jacopo doesn't trust you in the slightest. He goes around calling you a witch. He doesn't do that. A man-eating devil woman. It's awful. There's no one as pure and as beautiful as you. He says, I'm a witch? Listen to me, madam. He never for a second actually loved you. He just wanted the influence attached to your name. Wanted to mingle with the upper class. He used you. But last year, when we went out together, he gave me the Fennicus wheel at the photography shop. He had the owner make it especially for me. He was just trying to win your favor. If he really cared about you, he wouldn't have gotten you a paper toy. He would have gotten you something like a ring or a necklace or some perfume, a nice dress, something women really like. Has he ever given you anything like that? He doesn't have any feelings for me? I'm sorry. I just couldn't stand to see you going through this, but I don't know when to shut my fat trap. I went too far. The last thing I need to be doing is hurting you worse. You know, for everything I've said, your unwavering dedication is really impressive, madam. I know I've suggested you get a divorce, but to be honest, part of me kinda doesn't want you to split it. Despite knowing you staying with him is causing you pain, You've made it this far. I'd like to see you make it all the way. Maybe he actually will start paying attention. Your sweetness can melt even his hardest steel. Okay. Yes, you're right. I will keep waiting, keep writing, and I will not divorce him. Yeah, alright. So, please, keep delivering my letters to him. You are my only remaining connection to the outside world. Oh, yes, one more thing. If it's not too much trouble, could you tell me how he's been and what he's been doing lately? I don't have much else to write about, so if I could at least relieve him of some of his work-related stress. I am his wife, after all. I should be able to do that much for him. I am his wife. Her dedication to him was perhaps closer to an obsession. She did not seem to be conscientious of the fact that her obsession was killing her. She was visibly losing weight, and her spirit was breaking down. It's said that emotions fade with time, but the opposite can also be true. The act of waiting, of fervently believing for so many months, despite the object of one's affections not returning them, can tear apart a person's heart, crush their soul, shatter their spirit. No matter how radiant, how thick-skinned they may be, with enough time, it will wear anyone down. No one is immune. It's pointless, Jacopo. Wait all you want, you won't get her back. If she's going to be writing letters, she could at least write one for you. She looks so pure, pretty as an angel, but God Almighty, it is only how she looks. You've changed a bit. What? Have I? The old you would be yelling and screaming, chomping at the bit to go storming in on the madam. Now you just go quiet. I'm just a little tired. Oh, they're both like slowly dying, I guess, inside. Inside and outside. Definitely her outside. I'm sure his health probably isn't great. That kind of sucks. They're not the most healthy couple, even with communication. Not like they really did it to begin with, but like they're not the most healthy couple, even without Maria in the midst. But like, and also I just still hate Jacopo, to be honest with you. I don't think I just like, I remember his intro, and I just don't like. He's an interesting character. Like, God, I think he's a really interesting character, but God, do I just hate him still, regardless of, like, yeah, it all makes sense why he does what he does, but I'll never like him, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's just me. But anyway, he's a really interesting character, but, like, they could have at least had a relationship, I guess, if Maria wasn't, you know, they're pulling the strings, but, yeah. Maybe still not the healthiest, but it wouldn't have been this. Would have been freaking ABC Family, you know what I mean? You could break it off then. What? You've already made a name for yourself in high society. Nobody's gonna start suddenly ignoring you. You've more than put her family name to good use. To put it in your own words, it's no longer necessary. This isn't something I really want to say, but the madam has never liked you. She was married off to a total stranger and forced to leave her home. I'm sure she felt very alone, and so she sought the companionship of other men. Anyone who wasn't you probably seemed quite attractive to her. So, without getting violent or threatening to kill her or anything, just end it already, quietly and without a fuss. I cannot. Because you still love her? That's wonderful, Jacopo. After everything, you still love her. That's just blind, slavish devotion at this point. Perhaps it is a foolish, unhealthy obsession.
but I still do not wish to sever ties with her. I cannot get the image of her smile out of my head. The look of utter elation on her face as she looked through the phenakistoscope. Those captivating eyes beneath the veil of our wedding. I'll never, for as long as I live, forget those sights. Color me surprised. Oh, you're a sentimental one. Oh! Okay. Sorry. Panicked there for a minute. Well, I guess you always have been kind of mushy, haven't you? True to your heart, despite how you may look. It's not a bad thing, though, in my book. There's nothing but pain in it for you now, but all you can do is wait until she stops writing. But don't worry. If you need to let off some steam, I'm all ears. I'll be here for you until she breaks it off with the other men. No, that will not be necessary. What? I know very well that things cannot continue on as they are forever. I knew it from the beginning and still couldn't do anything. This time... They're gonna die, though. No way they're not gonna die. This is not going to work. Every time I think they're going to communicate, they don't. So, this isn't gonna work. Somehow, someone's gonna die. Not a fun. My God. God, if only he just went there and talked to her and they realized Maria's a snake. I kind of want to see Maria's plan to go to fruition. It will, I'm sure, but, you know. You serious, Jacopo? Yes. I've relied on you for far too long. I was afraid of what I might do to her. I didn't want anyone to find out that my wife was being unfaithful, and I thought the best way to ensure that was by locking her up away from anyone else. But the situation is not going to improve unless I do something. If I allow things to continue as they are, sooner or later, word of her infidelity will leak. So before that happens, I must face her myself. I must do something. It's probably best if you didn't. I'll tell her anything you want. Make sure things start improving. I appreciate everything you've done, and I apologize for getting you involved in our troubles. But I'm going to end it now. No. I must put an end to it. This is a problem between me and her. Woo! 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 This is still not gonna work. I know it's not. I know it's not. I know it can't. You might get violent again if you go to see her face to face. Yes. I might do something that would look rather bad for me. But it's reached a point where, until the two of us face up to each other, it's never going to go away. It took me far too long. I wasted too much time to find my resolve. I see. You'll need a way to break the ice then. Break the ice? Right. If you've got some convenient excuse to talk to her, it'll reduce some tension and make it easier to bring up what you need to bring up, right? Where's her fumbling plan going? Because I know she's like panicking. She's trying to keep him from doing anything. Here's an idea. That transcontinental railroad you've been funding. That's supposed to be opening up pretty soon, isn't it? Yes, it is. There'll be a message by telegraph when it happens, right? You can ask her to be there to hear it. Is she gonna blow up the train? The train's gonna blow up. I think the train's gonna blow up. That's just such a shot in the dark. Or someone's gonna get run over. But I feel like the train's gonna blow up. I don't know why, but I have this sneaking suspicion. That train will not go well. I just know. You've put your heart and soul into this project, and it's finally being realized. It's going to be an amazing day for you, and a day like that's ripe for good things to happen. It's going to be the accomplishment of a lifetime. She's talking about herself. He's gonna die there. Whether it's a train blowing up or not, he's not gonna live. Don't look so down in the dumps. You're sending trains across this massive continent, carrying on them the people of this country's dreams. Who says you can't stick a dream of your own in it, too? Right. Yes. You have a point. A railroad that spans from coast to coast. She's a sickly girl, which makes long trips difficult, but this new rail system should make them less straining. Would allow me to show her the world. It won't.
Yeah, that's perfect. I'm getting excited myself.
Why? Why, Maria? If I called it and this train blows up, I'm literally going to just, like, lose my mind. Like, if it does, I don't think it's, like, because I don't think I could guess it that easily. But it'd be really funny if I did. I'm gonna, like, give myself an award at the end of this. Draw myself a little trophy. Like, see if that happens. Because, maybe I just know CW dramas. If I guess this, like, I just know this freaking door at this point. Like, I swear to God, I didn't look anything up. I'm getting so ahead of myself. There's no way this train blows up. It might. I don't know. I guess Maria, which I'm already giving myself a pat on the back for. But it might. Something's gonna happen to the train, whether it blows up or not, I guess.
That'll go great, I'm sure of it.
Yeah. Talk to her before the train, maybe? Oh my god, my sides. Seriously, they're a goddamn riot, the both of them. They keep on trusting me and keep on getting hurt. They don't have to be going through any of this. Oh my god, Maria, you're terrible. And these people call me the Holy Mother? But the real Mary's rolling in her fucking grave. Now, I must say, I wasn't expecting you to make a move, Jacopo. A shame that the squirming loser paralyzed by insecurity is a better role for you. They do end up figuring it out. Tough shit. Doesn't hurt anything, just takes away a bit of my fun. I don't understand why he's so infatuated with this railroad. I mean, I do sort of get the romanticizing seal, but my kind of steel's a little smaller scale. The gun! She's gonna shoot him! It's the gun, it's the gun. I remembered the gun, the gun. Sorry, not the blowing up. Sorry, the blowing up was just wrong. She's gonna shoot him. Okay, sorry. Okay, I got really ahead of myself for a guess that was just completely wrong.
Anyway, I suppose it's about time to get things moving. No matter how this plays out, you will not have that happy ending, Jacopo. You're going to get a real taste of how much I despise you.
Maria! Oh, there you are.
What is it? I'm on break right now.
You were assigned to clean the cellar today, weren't you? Well, a headmaid's saying it hasn't been done yet.
What? I did. I cleaned it. Just a casual once-over, but hey.
Well, do it again, and do it right this time. Because if you don't, it's going to fall on me.
And that's supposed to make me give a damn.
I mean it. You take care of it. You get enough special treatment as it is.
Yeah, right. I heard you the first time. I'll take care of it.
And don't forget it. For God's sakes, why should I have to be the one to tell her?
Is she gone? Ugh, what a pain. Who cares if the cellar's clean? Not like anyone's bringing guests down there. Yeesh. Guess I should take care of it. Better not than tongue lashing that I had made. I hope she dies in the cellar. I hope Beastia's still in there. Frick Beastia, but I hope he's still in there, and I hope he rips her apart. Love to hate her, though. God, why do I have to be a maid anyway? Beastia cellar action. Woo! Dank place. It's so dark and humid down here. Makes me feel gross. Someone there? Beastia? Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? Came from farther in. Whoa, it's seriously dusty back there. I was supposed to clean this last week. We'll clean the whole thing next time, damn it. Just makes my job harder. Disgusting. God damn cobwebs. Oh god. Oh dear god. I do not want to clean this. Beastia? Oh, for God's sake, stack this properly. Now I've got to fix this whole mess. God, for the love of... Huh? Is this something
carved into the floor? Never noticed this before. Someone got bored one day? What do we have here? That's mostly illegible. Let's see. It's not written in English, but my native language. It's not modern. It's really archaic. Why on earth would an old form of my country's language be carved into the floor of a mansion built here in the New World? Most of it's illegible, but I can make out one section. Our lives shall be forfeit to the witch's curse. Nevertheless, we must lay bare those with sin upon their souls, for the redemption of those whom are pure. Should ye mean not to dispel your curse, we implore of you, old witch, to mark with it only their bloodlines. The blood of sinners flows through those who dwelt within this house. Wait a second, this is actually really important. One second, let me reread this. Our lives shall be forfeit to the witch's curse. Must lay bare those with sin upon their souls. For the redemption of those whom are pure, should you mean not to dispel your curse? Well, this is not the whole thing, but I'm just really trying to, process this. We implore of you, O witch. I know this is about white-haired girl, and I guess why she keeps being, reincarnated or whatever. And then I guess the sinners are the house people, the masters of the house. Blood of the sinners flows through those who dwelt within this house. But not I. But not I. But not I. Who was I? Thinks back to the man with the white hair, maybe? This is important, but I know I'm not, really supposed to process this yet, but I'm trying to really remember this for the points later when this makes sense, you know what I mean? Well, obviously it makes a little bit more sense that I guess if I got this at the beginning, you know? This is interesting, though. I feel like we're getting a lot of white-haired girl lore this store. I feel like we didn't get too much in the... Well, at least in the second door. I feel like the second door wasn't a lot of white-haired girl lore. Second door was just me sobbing my eyes out is what the second door was. Okay. Sinners, huh? Interesting. What in the... Witch. That's crazy. That's crazy. But why does the handwriting... What? Look like mine. What? Well, okay. So I assume she means this is written in Latin, but maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe it's Italian. So I'm staring at this so much, I'm really trying to, absorb it. Her handwriting? It's just coincidentally similar. No one's handwriting is perfectly unique, after all. Why am I so sweaty? It's not that hot down here. Nope, forget it. Didn't see a thing. Not a chance it's real. Just a tasteless prank. This is silly. There's something in this box. Is that a painting? Has that always been here? Huh? What painting's in the box? White hair. Fair skin. Is this the madam? But then, why is the face all torn up? And her clothes look really old-fashioned. The painting seems worn and faded, too. Something about it feels off. I'm not sure how to describe it. It's very creepy. Settling. The writing on the floor. And this painting. What is with this house? Like, the painting's gotta be the painting from the first door, right? But the writing, I have no idea. I guess I would imagine it could be from second, but probably not. Let me look at it one more time. It's probably from before then, but maybe I'm just wrong. I don't want to be corrected, by the way, in chat. Just a heads up. This is I don't want to be told anything. Because I always feel bad whenever I have to delete comments, so please don't tell me. I'll figure it out, I promise. I'll get there. Yeah, this has to be before any of the doors we've seen. But in her handwriting is interesting. Why is it in her handwriting? It's just a painting. Nothing to get weirded out over. I bet I know what happened. Jacopo probably slashed it up in a fit of jealousy. He is a simple man. Seeing this probably wouldn't put him in the best mood. To the shed. What was that? Is someone there? The door. The third? Is open? The door is open. What is that from? Let wind the gates? I don't know. Oh, that's from Mortuary Assistant. Why do I always forget what that's from? Every time I see the door is open. Anyway, sorry. I always read it in the Mortuary Assistant voice. Sorry. The door is open. Nobody's there? What's this? A painting? Who could have left it here? Is that me? Why? But my face, it's been cut. No! Well, why would someone have this painted? Just to do this? Who would do such a thing? You're like a witch, my dear. Like a demon. Your very presence brings misfortune upon others. You're cursed. No. I'm not. I'm not. Was it you? Jacopo, did you have this painted so you could destroy it? Do you really despise me to that extent? Why do you... What did I ever do to make you hate me so? Why? All I'm doing is waiting for you. You worthless tramp. Are those ears only for show? This house has no need of a garden. I always thought you had at least some sense of taste. Silence. It's all your fault. Every last thing. Then say goodbye to your freedom. Oh, all the doors are mixing up. All the doors are mixing up. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. I'll kill you. Does the mere act of waiting impose upon you? Does my mere presence pervert you? Would it be better if I were gone? Would it be better if I left this mansion? If I left you? I don't think I can wait much longer. There's no end in sight. I can't take it any... There's no end. No. I will set a deadline for when I give up waiting. When the project you pour your heart and soul into is complete. When the railroad opens, I will be finished wait. Of course, that's when she's finished waiting. Of course, it's when the railroad freaking opens. Of course, that's when she's finished waiting. I will be finished waiting. And then it's over. There's no music, it's just silence still. The uncomfortable silence.
The Pacific Railroad's last spike ceremony was drawing nearer by the day. That day was, coincidentally, the deadline of the two of them had set for themselves, Jacopo to confront his wife, and the white-haired girl to wait for him. And as that day approached, she continued to write letters. She wrote the letters purely by force of habit, despite having been worn visibly thin. I expect that she could not stop, that the act of writing was all that kept her from going mad. By focusing her attention on another person through her letters, she was able to maintain her grip on herself. But that day would put an end to her suffering and despair. When the railroad was completed, all their misunderstandings would be cleared up. They would return to the smiling, happy couple they had been when they were first married. Were they ever really a smiling happy? Like, can we, like, not lie? Like, they went on one date, and it was, like, okay at best. It was all right. Oh, whatever. It was smiling and happy for the two of them, I guess. Frick. Their standards are both in the floor. God dang. The harsh winter would finally come to a close, melting away into the past and allowing them to step into the future. With constant prayer in my heart, I impatiently awaited the railroad's opening ceremony. I do not, after all, wish for anyone to fall into any kind of misfortune, and that goes for you as well, Master. Now, Master, the door is soon to be shut upon this era. Yes, it is. Are you prepared to see what happens next? I see. Very well. Then allow us to make our way to the final day. See with your own eyes, Master, how this tale concludes. And please, do not let go of my hand. The night before the opening ceremony, the master of the house headed for his wife's shed. There was a tension on his face, but a surety in his steps. He had found the resolve to speak with her. Having locked her away for so long in the shed like a common prisoner, Jacopo was hardly optimistic about what she might say to him. He had undeniably mistreated her, said worthless and cruel things to her, and even gotten physically violent with her. His actions were inexcusable, even if they were in response to her infidelity. Of course, the very infidelity which had driven him to such behavior had not, in fact, taken place, but he was unaware of that. There was a chance they would never reconcile their misunderstandings and that this predicament would not have a positive resolution, but he still clung to a tiny fragment of hope. He wanted to start over with a white-haired girl, to make a new future with her. With that desire burning strong in his heart, he stood before the door to her shed and called out to her. Are you awake? It's me, Jacopo. May I come in? I won't hurt you.
Bless you.
I will not raise my hand against you. I swear to you, I'll do you no harm. I just wish to speak. I'd like to have a calm, rational conversation, and as such, I will not enter your room until you've given me permission.
She's not there. She's not there. She's gone. She's left, dude.
So, may I please come in? You won't even give me a response. Alright?
She might be dead, actually.
She's either gone or dead, one of the two. Or she will be dead. There's no way she's living at the end of this. I don't think she lives any of the doors. I don't think she can. Considering how you must feel about me, I shouldn't be surprised. Fine. Then you don't have to let me in, but please at least hear me out. Do you remember the day shortly after we first met? When we went on our honeymoon? If you can call the little walk we took a honeymoon. I was unable to do anything nice for you then either. I had no experience, no idea how to interact with an upper-class woman like you. I didn't know what I should do for you. Yes, I know that makes me sound juvenile.
She's not there. CW drama strikes again. I'm so upset. This sucks. This sucks. Dude. Ugh.
Man.
Okay, sorry. I'm here.
I have a tendency to say things I don't mean when I get perturbed. Whatever. I'm sure I said things to hurt you numerous times that day. However, at the photography shop when you saw the phenacoscope, you smiled for me. I was genuinely pleased in that moment. I felt like I'd gotten closer to you. I very much doubt that was actually an appropriate present for a noble woman like yourself. Jewels or flowers or something like that, something beautiful, would have certainly suited you better.
This sucks.
And I knew that, but I assumed you would have given gifts. You would have been given gifts like that countless times in the past. You are, after all, a beautiful woman. I didn't want to have to compete on the same field as those other men. I wanted to be special. No, I wanted to be unique to you.
Unique. Sorry.
Okay. No one had ever shown you anything of the sort before, had they? Frankly, I wasn't sure if a woman of your status would take any interest in a phenacistoscope at all. I imagine you've thrown it out by now, but I choose to believe you sincerely liked it on that day. That, if just for a moment I caught your eye, even if you started seeing other men afterwards, that moment was real, wasn't it? Our marriage was, at its core, nothing but an arrangement between our parents, an exchange of money and influence. It's how it began, but that day I loved you. I yearned to see you smile, as if I had loved you my entire life. The Pacific Railroad has finally been completed. That's the project I've been funding. Everyone thought it was crazy, but a railroad now stretches across the breadth of this country. A joining ceremony will be held tomorrow. It's going to be a grand event. Locally, they're planning on doing a gun salute, and the sound of the last spike being driven into the ground will be transmitted across the country via telegraph.
And the gunshot when he gets shot.
I've procured a telegraph so we can listen to it in the mansion. In your condition, you'd probably have trouble handling the crowds at the telegraph station, but here you could celebrate in the comfort of your own home. I suppose what I'm saying is, I want to celebrate this with you. I've made arrangements to make that possible for you, but I wish to have you there with me. Would you be willing, tomorrow, to celebrate the completion of the Pacific Railroad with me? Would you be there at my side? Please, say something. I want to start over. I know very well what I've done to you. You may be at fault yourself, but what I did is unacceptable. But what I did was consequence of my overpowering love for you.
Well, he was right when he said it was unacceptable. Like, he's right about that. I just, I just don't typically threaten to kill people that I love while screaming at them about how horrible they are. Normally, that's not a normal thing. Alright, again, interesting character, hate him, whatever. I just wish the best for the white-haired girl, whatever.
I swear it. Why? Why will you not answer me? Say something, anything, please. Please. You can hear me in there, can't you? If you don't want to, you can just say no. If you do reject me, I'll set you free. I won't hurt you, I promise. The door is not locked. Who opened it? Hello?
She is gone. It's okay, you said it once, now it's going to be easier to say it to you when you find her, whenever that is. Like out in the woods somewhere. A humid spring breeze brushed against his cheeks. The drawn lace curtains appeared to glow in the gentle moonlight. The white-haired girl was not in her room. Where have you gone? Stupefied, he glanced about his wife's chambers. To my eyes, the neatly organized room appeared no different than any other day. But to his eyes, it was pale and hollow. For the one who was supposed to be there, who was supposed to be waiting for him, was not present. He could not hear her voice from anywhere in the shed. In its place echoed a dry rustling, a sad, pitiful, empty whisper of a noise. It came from the lone object left abandoned atop her desk. The phenakistoscope. It was the one present Jacopo had ever given the white-haired girl. A toy made of paper. When spun and viewed in a mirror, it created the illusion of a man and a woman dancing. You still had this? That's ridiculous. I assumed you had it thrown out. The white-haired girl had evidently made considerable use of the phenakistoscope. The paper was visibly worn and tattered, warped in places, and had even begun to yellow. It spun slowly in the wind, rustling and rustling and rustling, spinning in an endless reminder of that day the year before, though there was no longer anyone around to look through it. Why? But you were with other men. Why would you keep something I gave you? It's so worn. Why? A letter. Beneath the ever-rotating phenakistoscope lay a single sheet of paper. As if drawn to it, he scanned the contents of the parchment. It was a letter addressed to Caro mio Jacopo. I butchered that. I don't know Italian. I'm sorry. The salutations written in his native language translated as follows. My beloved Jacopo, did the fruits of your dream turn out as you had hoped? I'm sure it was wonderful and impressively fast. A train that can travel across a continent as large as this is like something out of a story. I wish I could have been there to see it. Why are there weird spaces and weird capitalizations? I'm so curious about that. Okay. I'm sure it would have been quite pleasant, like the day you gave me the phenakisto wheel. Am I being presumptuous? I'm sorry. I thought I would keep waiting for you forever, no matter how much you hated or ignored me. But I made up my mind, so I'm sorry. I decided I wait for you until the railroad was completed. I foolishly thought that you might invite me to the opening ceremony, but it appears I'm not good enough for you. I'm going to take my leave of your house, so you needn't concern yourself with me any longer. However, I do have one request. Please do not forget about all the letters I wrote. Think back on them from time to time. Oh, I'm gonna cry. He's gonna realize that they were all for him. Oh, you idiot. Oh, you idiot. Oh, God. This hurts. This sucks. Oh, you dummy. Do not burn them all, for they contain my thoughts, my feelings, my words, a record of my love for you. Remember, when you can, that I was always watching you. I'm sorry. I'm having trouble writing. My ears are ringing. There's a voice whispering to me, calling me a witch. Maybe it's your voice. My My vision is blurred. I'm not even sure what is going through my mind. I'm sorry, this is all I was able to write for you. I'm truly sorry. I will leave the Fennecis wheel behind. It was my dearest treasure. Farewell. I loved you. 5/8/1869. Jeez. What the hell is this? He was visibly rattled, and surprisingly so. The mention of the Transcontinental Railroad's opening ceremony, the letters she had written, her dearest treasure, her profession of love for him, and above all, the mangled text that appeared to have been written by someone not entirely in their right mind. Everything about it served to amplify his befuddlement. You waited for me? How can that be? The joining ceremony's tomorrow. It hasn't happened yet. Why did you have to leave then? I'm here. I came for you just as I planned. The ceremony's on the 10th. A second later, Jacopo gasped. The date written on the letter was the day prior, May 8th. Originally... Oh, frick. God. Originally, the ceremony was planned to be held on May 8th, 1869. However, this is a very not nice year. This is a very not nice year, by the way. Due to bad weather and a labor dispute, it had been postponed for 2 days. This cannot be. I made sure you were informed. It clicked. It clicked. It clicked. I was waiting for the letters being different to click. But he needed another reminder. Maria. Madam is having an affair. Maria. No, you couldn't. Scattered fragments of memories began coming together in his mind. Maria was the only one who had informed him of his wife's supposed unfaithfulness. And though the letters had not been addressed to him, thinking back on it, they had all been about him. In one letter, she had mentioned treasuring a gift. Jacopo had assumed it meant a gift from another man, but in fact, she had been referring to the phenakistoscope sitting atop her desk, still spinning in the wind. At long last, he finally made that connection. And at the same time, he realized that the only person who could have altered the letters was someone they both trusted, Maria. She never even once betrayed me. She was not unfaithful at all. She waited unwaveringly for me, and I refused to believe her. I caused her pain again and again. Ding, 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 ding. But his realizations came far too late. She's probably going to shoot him right here. The white-haired girl's spirit had broken, and she was no longer at the mansion. Had he caught on to Maria's machinations sooner, things would not have turned out as they had. But he was much too late. Maria, why? Why would you do this? Clenching the letter from his wife, Jacopo stormed out of the shed in search of Maria. Phew. Where is she? Oh, her room. Where is she? But she was not in the room assigned to her. Where are you? Where have you gone? Maria! Several maids were roused from their slumber by the racket, but no one had the courage to speak up, as the master of the house frantically charged through the halls. Eventually, he arrived at his own chamber. He was certain he had closed the door before leaving, but now a sliver of light shone through the gap between it and the frame. From within the room, he could sense someone's presence. When he opened the door, there he saw comfortably perched upon his own chair, a woman. I've been waiting, Jacopo. Oh, the fit, girly? Miss Ma'am, the fit? Okay. All right. Nice room you got here. Though I guess that's only natural, you being the man of the house and all. All these fancy furnishings. You don't know this stuff's too good for you, right? And then me, I'll get the barren little maid's room. Drives me up the wall. So hey, Jacopo. Clear the air with your little lady yet? Maria. I love that look on your face. I'm guessing you didn't make things better then. You know good and well that she's not even here anymore. Well, yeah, but I want to hear you say it, you know? I want to hear from your own mouth that you couldn't keep a leash on your woman. So you locked her up, drove her mad, broke her down, and then she ran away from you. Go on, say something. Climb back up on your high horse and start shouting like you always do. Why, Maria? Why would you do this? Why? Why do you think? Because I fucking despise you. I'd been trying to figure out how I wanted to end things, but then they just fell apart on their own. The fates are smiling down on me, I suppose. Nonsense. She was waiting for me until the day of the joining ceremony, and I was going to see her on that day. You knew the ceremony had been postponed. That's what you get for putting it all in my hands, and for thinking I'm the only one on your side. What, did you think I'd just tell her like a good little maid? Not a chance in hell. I mean, talk about some fantastic news. You both picked the same date, but you've got the dates different. Absolutely perfect. Maria, is that how you've always felt? How long have you held this grudge against me? How long? How long? How goddamn dense can you be? Must be nice living in your little fantasy world, Jacopo. And this is an ex-capo familia? My god, my sides. So you've always hated me? Oh, this is a bop. This music's good. Reminds me of a Vocaloid song. At the very least, I fucking loathed you since the minute we've had our reunion. At first, I did try to convince myself you had your reasons. Didn't make me feel any less unfair, though. You had all your money, all your power, and everything else you stole from me. And then you go and get hitched to this pretty little lady? Oh, don't try to act like you're the victim here. This is all on you. Do you have any idea how I felt? Fallen from grace, made your goddamn maid, having to suck up to you? Do you have any idea how infuriating that was? Or do you think I don't know anything? Did you think I didn't suspect anything? If you did, I've got your head way up in the clouds. So you were motivated by your grudge against my family, the Bearzatis? Precisely, that's exactly it. Your father wanted so badly to be the capo familia, wanted so badly to be in power, that he murdered my dad and grandpa. They say it was a carriage accident, but the ground was all torn to hell where it happened. You want to tell me what kind of carriage accident causes it to explode? As soon as my dad and grandpa died, your dad took over as capo familia. The balance of power in the factions began to change. My family and anyone with ties to the Capanellas was either exterminated or exiled. The Bearzatis took control of the city. My grandpa's Koska became your Koska. No one in their right mind would be naive enough to think the Bearzatis didn't have a hand in that. The great Capanella family bitten by their pet dog. Except the dog had rabies. And as a result, in time, that lush, historic land will wither away and die. My dad and grandpa buried in that dried up oh, wait. Sorry, I accidentally clicked auto, I think. My dad and grandpa, buried in that dried up earth, are screaming in their graves even now. You can't prove me wrong, can you, Jacopo? And now, first in line to be the next Kappa Familia is you, his son, naturally. Feels pretty good, don't it? Slaughtering my family, leaving us to wallow in the mud. What was that? While you live here like a fucking king? Because of what your family did. I don't have a home to go back to anymore. No house, no prestige. I have nothing left. And that's goddamn outrageous. The Campanellas are supposed to run that city. But instead, you filthy Berzati curs are crawling over it like some kind of infestation. I am a legitimate Campanella, but I'm stuck being your goddamn maid. If I hadn't been born a woman, I could have become the Kappa Familia after my dad and grandpa died. But because I'm a woman, I couldn't retaliate, and I had to sit on my hands and watch the tragedy unfold. It was absolutely miserable. I had to make you suffer as well. I had to make you twice as miserable as I was. You had no reason to hate anyone but me. Why did you? Oh, wait. Sorry, that's not her. My bad. You had no reason to hate anyone but me. Why did you make her a part of this? Did you have some grudge against her too?
Not particularly. I actually rather liked the madam. Sweet, pretty, kind-hearted, timid, and fragile. Trusted every word I said. A splendid little toy.
You thought of her as your toy?
Now, can you really call me out for that? You can't. You have no right. You never cared one bit about anyone else. They're all footstools to you. It's a little too late to find yourself a sense of mortality. Morality, sorry. He's gonna find himself a sense of mortality because he's gonna die after this. Let's be real here, but you know what I mean. This whole thing, it could have been avoided if you two had just had a single conversation. But instead, the both of you come crawling to me saying, "You're my only ally, Maria." How dense can you be?
Of course. I thought you were my ally. I trusted you. So I'm sure she did too.
Then you should get your eyes examined, because you can't see a damn thing.
Maria.
My God, it was beautiful. The way you two blindly trusted me, creating your own misunderstandings and causing your own pain. How you could never seem to get on the same page, watching it all fall apart.
Maria, is that everything? The extent of your grudge and all you did?
Yep. That's everything. All that's left is for me to kill you. Oh! Alright, queen! Here's my screenshot button. She's iconic. Hold still now. I wouldn't want to miss.
Maria, does our past mean nothing to you? Was that oath just an empty promise? How could it? When you remember so clearly.
Fine, I'll explain it for our little romantic boy. Bad grown-ups will even take advantage of good memories. It's time I finally return this to you, Jacopo. That cartridge you gave me, packed with your disgusting sentimentality. Ooh. Killing you ain't the end, though. All you Berzati curs. I'll send every last one of you straight to hell. My revenge has just begun.
Even if you had been a man, you wouldn't have been suitable, Kappa Familia. You should have aimed between my eyes, Maria. Jacopo! Oh. Trying to find my screenshot button again. She's still an icon.
Why? Why?
What do you mean, why, Maria? What? What do you mean, why? You shot him. What did you expect him not to shoot you? What do you mean?
In a panic, I pulled the trigger, and from the barrel, a bullet went flying. Quite literally, right between her eyes. Would anyone ever believe me?
Is this white-haired girl?
If I said this wasn't how I wanted things to turn out?
Maybe it's just, yeah, maybe it just was Jacopo.
The rain just keeps on coming. Wonder if we'll be able to go home today.
Hey, Jacopino, say something, you little wuss. Be quiet. You're gonna give me a headache. The lightning's way louder than me. You jumped, Jacopino. You're such a baby. You jumped too, and stop calling me that. Don't be scared. Don't cry. I'm not crying. Your eyes are damp too. I'm not crying. Not at all. Not one bit. Liar.
There's no end to this rain, is there? I'm fine. If it doesn't stop, there's nothing at home for me.
You don't want to go home?
Your parents don't get along, huh? That's got nothing to do with it.
Liar.
You've got it good. Everyone loves your grandpa. Whenever anyone needs something, they come to him.
Now there's a great man. Huh? How did my grandpa become part of this?
Oh. No reason. Not everyone likes him.
He gets just as much hate as love.
Grandpa's not really a model citizen. He's mostly just shrewd.
Are you jealous?
I'm not. My old man is, though.
Huh? Is he now?
Well, your dad's got his good points, too, I think.
Like, I don't know.
He seems kind of like the kind of man who can accomplish big things. Though he seems a lot stricter than my grandpa.
Oh, come on. I don't get you. What are you claiming up for?
No reason.
If you don't want to go home, then how about we go somewhere far away from here?
Huh?
Once it stops raining, let's get out of here. Head up to the capital, find some work. We can make it work. The two of us. Oh, and we'll bring Nero, of course.
If we could. That would be nice. Break free of the city and its outdated traditions. Get someone bigger, more forward-thinking. If only it were possible. It's all right, Maria. I know you were just joking. We wouldn't be able to find work anyway. The two of us ran off. We'd be starving in a month. You'd have to be blind not to see that. All right. Let's go home once this rain lets up.
Yeah. Once it does. But until then, I know, let's sing. Sing even louder than the lightning. Then maybe you'll stop crying, Jacopino.
I am not crying.
Come on, let's sing. La 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 liro, la la liro, la liro, la liro, la liro, la liro, la la. What?
La 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 liro, la liro, la liro, la liro, la liro, la liro, la la. This is probably referencing a song I'm just not getting. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm not Italian. All right. I think we'll stop there. I think it's a little bit between like the chapter, not the chapter, but like chapter's not the right word, but like the part, like how they each have their own title or whatever. I know it's a little bit between that, but I feel like there's not going to be a good place to end until the end of this door, because I know we're at the end of the door, right? So I imagine next Morgana Monday we will finish this door and start door 4, I think. I don't know. There might not be any doors after this. There probably still are. But I feel like things, well, it's only 1869. Who's to say, right? Things are kind of like
ramping up. Like, white-haired girl slowly remembering things. I imagine she's probably going to die in a forest, or, like, she's going to find Jacopo. He's going to find her dead, like, while he's dying, or he's dying. Like, he was shot. I don't think they can fix that. I imagine it's, like, a deadly wound. So, we're probably starting the next door, and or the next part in the story next Morgana Monday. But thank you guys for coming. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'm trying to think about any thoughts to discuss, but it's a lot. Train still might blow up, I feel. I don't know. Like, the car blew up. So I was right about something blowing up, but also I feel like train might also blow up. We'll see. I have a gut feeling that it may blow up. I just can't think that the train would go well. But I don't know that Maria has anyone else on her side because her family's all dead, so who's to say? We'll see. I don't know. But again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday. I'll see you guys next Morgana Monday. Bye. Bye.